In this video, I'll show you how to crochet a hat or a beanie or what do they call them in Canada? Toque. To me it looks like kind of a, especially with the flower on it, a 1920s flapper style hat. We'll also cover how to do this pretty scalloped edge on the bottom of your hat. So to start with, I've used a size I crochet hook, and you can use any type of regular yarn that you would like to use. And you'll start with 5 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you'll want to make this into a ring, so we'll slip stitch in this first chain to complete the circle. Now I'm going to work another slip stitch right into the center of the circle, and now I'll work 3 more chain stitches. 1, 2, 3. The tail here that we have, I'm going to hold around the curve of the circle and work the crochets that I do around it, so I won't have to weave it in when I'm done. Next, you will work a double crochet. Caught that tail in there, and a chain stitch, another double crochet, and a chain stitch. Holding the tail next to the ring, I'll work another one. You'll want to work a total of 5 double crochets with the chain stitch after each one. So I've done 3, I'll do 2 more. Oops. Now that tail's kind of getting in the way. Chain stitch, oops. Okay, we're going to work the last double crochet over. And a chain stitch. That should be a total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then here's my original 3 chain stitches. Now what I'm going to do is, in the original 3 chain stitches, there's 1, 2, 3. In the second one, I'm going to work a slip stitch. And then right underneath that chain stitch, where the space was created from the 3 chain stitches, I'm going to work another slip stitch. Now, and this is how you'll start every, or finish every round that you work on the hat. So, like before, we'll now do 3 chain stitches. That's how you'll start every round. And now for round 2, this was round 1, we just completed round 2, we'll work a double crochet in that same space that I did the slip stitch in. And as before, work a chain stitch after every double crochet that you do. In this next space, I'll work 2 double crochets. In fact, all the way around in every space, I'll work 2 double crochets in each space. Chain, now the second double crochet in that space, and a chain, and that's how I will complete round 2, is 2 double crochets in each space. Now I'm working in the last space. I already did 1 double crochet and a chain stitch. Now I'll do the second double crochet in a chain stitch, and that was in that 6th or last space. Now here are my first 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, that I started this round with, and so on the second, just as before, we'll do a slip stitch to close this second round, and then another slip stitch right underneath that chain in that chain 3 space. And we're ready for round 3, which starts the same with 3 chain stitches and then another double crochet in that same space and a chain stitch. Now in this next space you'll just work 1 double crochet and a chain stitch. And in this next space we'll do 2 double crochets. There's the first one with the chain stitch, second one with the chain stitch. In this space I'll work 1 double crochet. So it just works around all the loops doing 2 double crochets, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and all around. Okay, I'm in the last, well, I haven't worked the last space, but we will now. Here's the last space of round 3, and it just has 1 double crochet worked in that space. Chain stitch. Here's my first 3 chains, so I'll do a slip stitch in the second chain, and then another slip stitch underneath in that chain 3 space. Now we're ready for round 4 that starts the same with 3 chain stitches and a double crochet in that same space with the chain stitch after. Now on this round 4, what you'll do is the pattern will go like this. We've got 2, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, all the way around. And what you may notice is the spaces where you will be working 2 double crochets looks like a V, kind of. Here's that V, and that's where we'll work 2 double crochets. This space, it doesn't look like a V like this does. And so those are the kind of like corners that you will do the double crochet in. And that's how it goes on every round. So I'll continue working the 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets till I get to the end. Remember to do a chain stitch after each one. Okay, I'm almost to the end of round 4 with 1 stitch left to do. This double crochet, chain stitch. Now I'll do a slip stitch in the second chain that we started this round with to finish and close up this round, and a slip stitch right underneath in the chain 3 space. Chain 3 more, 1, 2, 3 to start round 5. That's what it looks like so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will be round 5. Work a double crochet in that same space, and the way the pattern will go for round 5 is the next 3 spaces will have 1 double crochet in them. So there's 1 double crochet there with the chain, 1 double crochet in the next space with the chain, and 1 double crochet in the next space. So 3 spaces with 1 double crochet. The next one, that V looking like one, will have 2 double crochets, and then you'll just keep working around with the next 3 spaces with 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochets after that. Oops, put the chain on after there. So 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, and so on all around, all the way around round 5. Okay, I'm just finishing up round 5 with a slip stitch in that second chain, and slip stitch right under that in the chain 3 space, and chain 3, 1, 2, 3, work a double crochet in that same space, and now in the next, the chain after it, in the next 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll work 1 double crochet. Then the 2 will go in that V corner stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, with 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochets in that next stitch. I'm almost at the end of round 6. I have 1 more space to work a 1 double crochet in and my chain, and now I'll close that with a slip stitch in the second chain of the first 3 that we did for this row, and then slip stitch in that, another slip stitch in that space, and now I'll work 1, 2, 3. After you've done 6 rounds, we're done with adding extra stitches by doing 2 double crochets in 1 space. So from here on out, you'll just work 1 double crochet in every single space. So in these V corner type stitches, just work 1 double crochet all the way around. And so we are not going to work a double crochet in this space that we just did the chain stitches in. We'll move on to the next one and work 1 double crochet. So the first 6 rows, 6 rounds, you're adding some stitches, and now the 7th row, and here on out, you'll just work 1 double crochet around and around and around for several more rounds. And this is just determined how many more rounds you do by how far down your head you want your hat to be. Almost finished up with round 7. Here's the last space of working 1 double crochet in each space all the way around. Here's my 1, 2, 3 chains I started with. I'll work a slip stitch in this first, slip stitch in the second chain, and another slip stitch underneath in the space. Chain 3, this will be round 8, which is worked exactly the same as round 7. Just put the chains there, then a double crochet in the next space. Don't put 2 in there like we did in the first 6 rounds. Chain, and again, just like before, 1 double crochet and a chain stitch in each space all around. Now you'll want to just keep continuing rounds exactly like this until you have your hat the length that you want it. Okay, I am just finishing up the 11th round of the rounds with just 1 double crochet in each space. So instead of doing 8 or 9, I ended up doing 11. I have a large head. Well, I just actually wanted to go a little farther down on my ears. So that's the last space, and now I will work the slip stitch in that second chain of the first 3, and a slip stitch right underneath like we've done before. Now we're done with the hat. So if this is just a straight edged beanie that you want, then just pull in the yarn and tie it and weave it in. Now if you want the pretty scalloped edge, what we'll be doing is working Oh, I'm going to back up a little bit. When I said 11 rows, again, that's 11 rows of just one double crochet in each space. There's a total now on this hat of 11 plus 6, 17. 17 rows altogether. Okay, now for the pretty shell or scalloped edge. We just slip stitched in that space. We're going to not do anything else with that space, but the next one we'll work 5 double crochet stitches in that same space. So here's one without a chain in between, just double crochets with no chain. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 stitches in that one space. Now the next space, just work a slip stitch. You're done with that one. Move on to the next one and work another 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A slip stitch in the next space, this one, and then just keep repeating all the way around. 5 double crochets in the next space, and a slip stitch, 5 double crochets, slip stitch, 5 double crochets. And with these double crochets, just remember, do not do a chain stitch after each one. So I'll pause this and continue working around. I've worked my way around, and now I have, in this space, I've just worked the 5 double crochets. And I have this space and this space left on my hat. So, in this next space, after the 5 double crochets, work a slip stitch. In this last space, I'll work 5 double crochets. This last set of 5 and the first set of 5 are going to be a little bit cramped together, but that'll be okay. 1, 2, have I done 2 or 3? I think that was 3, 4, 5, I think. I better double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5. See how these are going to be kind of close together. Then in this next space, I'll do a slip stitch. And cut this, pull it through our loop, and then weave in the yarn end. And the easiest thing to do is to get a smaller size crochet hook and go through these stitches right here, the beginnings of those 5 double crochets, and pull it through a couple of those, and you're finished. Now on the bottom of this video, in the description area, I will have the link to how you make this flower. I just have a little hair clippy in the back, so you can make the flower if you'd like the flower embellishment, and then you can just clip that on wherever you want it, and it makes just an adorable hat. So have fun with that.